Well, there was once a time where dragons ruled amongst the mortals, before said mortals defied them, and, well, centuries later, there's many that kind of want to go back to that. Well, welcome back, everyone. Yep, that is right. For today's video, I'm of course taking a look at Farahast, a ancient Nordic ruin located in the southern parts of the Rift. Now, for those who don't know, this is a Dragon Priest dungeon, and in fact, the last one in the base game that I have yet to cover. Aside from Curses, Curses isn't in an interesting location, and it's just on top of a dragon lair. So, let's get into today's video. Of course, this location has a special quest behind it called Siege on the Dragon Cult. Long before, the current day in Skyrim, there was a man known as Stormstrider who was laying siege on this ruin. Yeah, there was a dragon cult that was residing here, and that kind of took a lot of people by surprise because a lot of people kind of assumed that they were all dead by this point. And so, this guy was said to kind of clear out the area, and, well, it didn't go so well for the dragon cultists. It's now a mass burial site, and the dragon one gets chosen to retrieve a special mask. Yeah, you can of course meet this guy who says that he's a part of the Imperials, and he sends you to retrieve Ragot's mask. Okay, not much of a difficult quest. All we really just have to do is just clear out the dungeon, kill a dragon priest, and get his mask. He didn't say how long this quest would be, though. Yeah, this is a bit of a long quest. There aren't really too many difficult enemies if you do this early on in the game, aside from Ragot. Of course, if you choose to do this later in the game, you'll kind of start encountering Death Lords and potentially Death Overlords. But of course, once you get Ragot's mask, you can, of course, bring it back to Valdir and kind of realize that he kind of fooled you. Valdir always is in Imperial armor, at least if you're sided with them, and if you haven't started the Civil War quest line, and I think if you join the Stormcloaks, he should be in Stormcloak armor, but when you arrive to meet him again, he's wearing the opposite faction's armor, kind of letting you know that he kind of was behind something all along, and he's speaking with another soldier. Of course, you can, of course, take both of them out, thus completing the quest. So, what are my thoughts on this quest, and do I recommend it? Personally, out of all the Dragon Priest quest lines, this is probably one of the most tedious ones to do, considering on how long this quest actually is. I don't know if it's longer than Evil and Waiting, but those two kind of feel like they take the longest to complete, aside from the main quest line and the College of Untold quest line. But what you get in the end is ultimately satisfying, and of course, once you have all 9 Dragon Priest masks, actually no, all 8 Dragon Priest masks from the base game, you can of course bring them to the Labyrinthian and of course get a new mask, which I'll of course cover that one eventually. So I definitely would recommend this one if you are trying to get the final Dragon Priest mask. And if you're on, it's an interesting dungeon, and you get one of the words for Stormcall, which is really awesome to use once you get all 3 words. But this was, of course, my take on one of the Dragon Priest quests. So, until next time, goodbye, and thanks for watching.